You guys, I have two words. Fitzgerald Grant. Oh my god, if Fitz didn't make you laugh this episode, I don't even know. He was so funny. Okay, so I'm just gonna start from the beginning of the episode. So the beginning, we get a shot of Olivia is like in handcuffs and she's in the bunker type thing. You know, the place they had like Jake and Rowan like a few seasons ago. So she was in there and she was sitting there looking all sad and pathetic. And then we had Fitz come in and then they switched to like 48 hours earlier. And it was like the whole, he was trying to get a peace treaty done. And the guy who was the interpreter was scared because the man who Fitz wanted to get the peace treaty done with had this like secret spot. And not secret spot, secret like, well, what did he have? He was like holding weapons in like this soda factory and bombs or something. I don't even, I'm not really sure the specifics of like the peace treaty and the case. I know the interpreter ended up being Olivia's client and he was scared for his life and yeah, and basically he wanted to get out. So basically, we have Olivia and Fitz, and they're sitting at the dinner with the peace treaty people and all the interpreters around or whatever. And then Liz is sitting there mad because she has to be Susan's chief of staff, and she thinks it's like a babysitting job, a high-paying babysitting job. Susan is too juvenile for her. I didn't write notes this episode only because I didn't feel like it and I wasn't really sure the direction of the show after last episode, so I wasn't really feeling write anything. But off of memory, I know that Cyrus was trying to find out who let Papa out, and basically Fitz was like, just leave it alone or whatever. He's gonna handle it, and Cyrus had David come to him, and he was like, basically spoon feeding David that he needed to get the information on who let Papa out, and he was trying to act like that wasn't really what he was trying to do, but that's what he was trying to do. And then we have a scene with Abby and Liv, and Abby's telling Liv that she should just go ahead and tell Fitz before it's too late, like we've all been saying. And then Liv is like, I'm going to tell him, and then she starts crying because she's like, if I tell him, it's going to be over, and I'm not ready for it to be over. And we have Melly calling Olivia on the phone, talking about we had a deal, and then Liv was like, I never made a deal with you, I didn't agree to anything. And I was like, yes, so can we please make it so that Liv is not under Melly's thumb, because that was one of my big issues. And then so Melly's like, I'm gonna tell if you don't help me. And then Liv gets into the elevator, and then here comes Tom, and he gets on the elevator, and he's like Helen of Troy, and he's asking Liv how Fitz is doing. I'm like, yay, Tom. You guys know I love to see Tom. And then she's talking to Papa, and Papa's basically like, my sons are out to kill me. He's like, I'm scared. And then he was like, I'm going to try my best to protect you. Basically, he was telling her that because he's scared, she should be scared. And I'm not really ever here for a Papa scene with Olivia, but I mean, it wasn't all that bad overall. And then he was like, you are my greatest achievement, and I'm proud of what you become. I think he said something around that, and I was like, okay, let's go to the next scene. And then, I'm sorry if I'm kind of out of order, I'm trying to remember exactly, but I know the scenes that really stuck out. Then we have like Jake is called to the White House, and Liv is in the Oval Office. She basically summoned him there, and then they're basically having a conversation, and he's mad. I mean, I assumed after all this time he'd be mad that she didn't choose him. When he told her to choose Fitz, he wanted her to turn around and be like, no, I choose you. That's what I got from the season 4 finale. But she called him out on it, and I wasn't really here for this scene either. I liked a few things about this scene though. I liked first that Olivia wasn't mute when he was talking to her, because I'm kind of sick of her being mute. The second thing I kind of liked was that they addressed when she was like, "I've forgiven you for the violence and stuff." That the writers let her character address the fact that he was violent in the past, like, you know, the concussion and the choking and the threatening. So I'm glad that that was addressed, even though I still don't really like the fact that she's still communicating with him after all of that. But I'm glad that they addressed it, they put it in there. I like the fact that she was kind of calling him out on why he was mad and why he was butthurt. I think that that's it. And then Fitz walks in and he's like, "Oh, Jake." And then Olivia tells Fitz that Jake was just there to tell them about Papa. And then, you know, Fitz asks about Papa. And I'm just like, okay, like, alright. And then so we have Fitz needs Susan Ross to basically tell the press how she feels about the peace treaty or whatever. And so she does that. And then she's in the White House and David's walking in with the stuff to tell Cyrus about who let Rowan out. And then so she's like peeking through like the little blinds to see when he's walking. She goes like goes to bump into him or whatever, and she's like, "So hey, what's going on?" And she's trying to play casual, like she wasn't just in the window trying to see when he was gonna come up. But then they have a little scene, and I was feeling bad for Susan because, you know, David. Oh, before that, sorry, David, and it was a David and Lizzie closet sex scene, and I was like, ew, 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 ew. I was really hoping they weren't gonna like do this whole thing again, because last episode was really disgusting, and I really wasn't here for it. And then this episode, I mean, it was short, it was quick, it wasn't really detailed, but still the thought, I just don't like them together. It's gross. But so yeah, it was a closet sex scene with them. And then okay, so back to Susan and David. They're just talking, and then she's like, "I'm going this way," or whatever. He's like, "Yeah, cool." And, you know, he's not giving off any flirty vibes because he's not like feeling her like that, but she really likes him. And I felt bad for Susan because, you know, it's not going to go anywhere. So Susan went back her way, and then she's like, you can see like she's deciding to like turn back around and say something to him, and she's like, "No, I should just go." I was like, "Susan, don't turn around, just go. It's not going anywhere." Then we have David going to the office with Cyrus. He's telling Cyrus who did it or whatever, but he's like, "I'm not really sure, it doesn't make sense because it's Olivia Pope." And then we have Olivia being arrested at the hospital where the interpreter was or whatever. Take her into custody, and she's trying to act like they have no right to take her into custody, and she's there. Then we have a scene with Fitz coming in, and then they took out the audio for them talking and put like a song on top of it, and I was kind of irritated because I wanted to hear what they were saying, but I guess their facial expressions, their actions were enough. I was trying to lip read at least, and it looked like Liv was saying that she's sorry, please, something. And when Fitz, like, because at first when he came in, Fitz was like, "I can't believe it." He uncuffed her. And then he's like, "I know this isn't true. You're not like Melly." And I'm like, not like Melly. You know, I really was trying not to like compare what Liv did to what Melly did, but it's kind of hard. So anyway, he's like, "You're not like Melly." And then so she's just sitting there like, and then she tells him, and he gets up. And then it was this whole thing, like he was going to leave out the door, but then he was like, "No, maybe I shouldn't." And I was like, "Please, bitch, just leave out the door." Like, it was like, that scene was heartbreaking because like at the same time I wanted Fitz to leave, but then I wanted him like to, you guys know I'm a big Olitz shipper. I ship Olitz. So I mean, but at the same time I felt that he shouldn't really like forgive her right there. Like, see, I was like, he should just leave. And he was having a problem with like, should I stay? Should I leave? So he eventually left, and then Liv was in there crying. And then but I'm just like, you brought this on yourself. Like when they had the bed scene a little bit earlier, and she had the chance to tell him, that was the perfect chance to tell him, and she was just sitting there, and she decided not to tell him. And then he's like wondering why she's so quiet and stuff. He's like, "Do you want to watch some TV?" By the way, that was a really cute scene. But she's just sitting there like, I'm like, you have the perfect opportunity to tell him, like, it wouldn't have gone this far. Cut to Cyrus and Fitz in the Oval. So Cyrus comes in and he tries to act like he's sorry for the fact that Liv is was behind Rowan being let out, whatever. And so he's expecting Fitz to keep her locked up or whatever, which I thought was pretty funny because I'm like, come on, even if Fitz is mad at Olivia, he's not going to keep her locked up. So Fitz is basically like, you know, let her go, send her here once she's let go, drop the charges, don't send her back to her apartment. And I was like, it's good that you told me that because Noah Cyrus, he do some funny stuff like drop her off right at her apartment. But he was like, drop her off here. And then he was like, basically he told him that Liv told him that somebody is trying to kill Rowan. And then Cyrus like, you believe her? And then Fitz was like, well, she was right about the interpreter and the peace treaty and stuff like that. So she trusted her gut and she was right. So Cyrus like, so? And so you're just going to forgive her? And then Fitz is like, well, I forgave you. And then that kind of shut Cyrus up. And then so Cyrus leaves the office. And he's, of course, he's butthurt because he was trying to make sure Olivia was out of the picture like 100%. Because, you know, Cyrus is very territorial and he feels like Olivia is dominant in the Oval when she's there. So, I think that's when we cut to Olivia. It's like in like the a shower robe, and she's walking around, and then Melly calls her. And I was like, don't pick up the phone for Melly. I was like, for what reason do you need to talk to her? And by the way, I really enjoyed that there was very little Melly in this episode. But so I'm just like, why talk to her? Do not pick up the phone. So I'm literally like sitting there at the screen like, do not pick up the phone. Do not pick up the phone. So she's walking into like the closet area, and like these women, no, before she walks to the closet area, she was looking out the door, and it was like two women with like a clothes rack, and they were like going past. And then I got it. I was like, oh shoot, because I had a feeling that Fitz wasn't going to just like forgive her that. Like, it looked too easy. Like when he was telling Cyrus bring her back to the White House, I was like, he's gonna forgive her like that? I was like, there has to be like something that he's gonna do. It has to be something. So she's walking into the closet where the ladies were taking the clothes, and she's like looking at the clothes, and it's not really clicking in her head right now, and it's clicking in my head. I'm like, yo, I'm like, I know this is not what it looks like. So then she answers the phone for Melly, and Melly's like, I'm gonna tell him if you don't come and help me or whatever. And then Liv was like, I already told him. Then Melly's like, oh, and she I was like, Melly. I couldn't help but laugh at Melly. Poor Melly. But so she's like looking at the stuff, and then Fitz walks in, and that's the moment when it clicks. And then she's like, wait, this is my stuff. And so she's like, and then he's like, wait, well, we're moving into your new home or whatever. And she's like, I have a home. And he's like, this is your home. He's like, I'm gonna keep you safe. And it was on some Misery type stuff. Like, y'all remember Misery when she had the guy locked up and like she broke his ankles and stuff. That's what it reminded me of, although it wasn't on that level of crazy. But I was like, ugh. Like, I was laughing, but then at the same time I was like, this is kind of creepy. Like, it had a very eerie, creepy feel to the scene. And then he was like, I'm gonna protect you, and you're gonna have Secret Service agents. I was like, oh. And then Liv's face, like her facial expressions, I was dying, y'all. I was almost on the floor. I was laughing so hard. So she's sitting there, and he's like trying to kiss her. She's like, oh my god. And then he's like, yeah, and we're gonna be together, and I'm gonna keep you safe. And I was like, oh, Fitz has lost it. Like, I don't know. I don't even know how to I think he's really like reached that like tipping point. Like, he moved her stuff out of her place. Like, he didn't tell her, he didn't ask her. She just watched her stuff being moved in. Like, he moved her out of her apartment. Like really, she is like dealing with a powerful man. And I'm just like, oh my god. And then it was crazy. I guess that's like, you know, you're gonna go behind my back. You're gonna let the man go who killed my son, who killed Harrison. You're gonna go work with my ex-wife who I can hardly stand. Then I guess I'm just gonna move you in here so I can watch you. Put Secret Service agents on you, make sure you don't do anything else. I'm just like, that's kind of creepy. But it was really funny. When I think about it in like in the long run, this can't turn out to be anything good because you force her to move in with you and she doesn't want to move in with you. You put Secret Service agents on her just to make sure she doesn't do anything stupid. And she didn't want to be there, not full time. And I was just like, oh, that, okay, I really like, but now that I'm like really sitting and thinking about it, I think, is this like the end of Olitz right here? Because I feel like nothing good can eventually come out of this. They can't like get married and have a happy life after this. It's not going to happen. She's probably going to be focusing on trying to find a way out of it. And then he's going to be sitting there chilling because the Secret Service agents do what he says. And he has all this power. And I was like, Olivia, you just effed up. Like, she effed. But still, he like moved her out of her place. They can't be together. They can't be together forever. It's not. I don't think it's possible anymore. This is not going to end well at all. At all. Wait, y'all, hold on. I gotta watch this promo.
America's starting to fall for Olivia Munn. This holiday, what do you get the gladiator who has everything? I know what you want. Only the most hot new scandal. Next Thursday night, Central on ABC.
It's not really showing too much. Like the part where they have Olivia in like the red and white dress and like it looks like a Christmas party or whatever. She looks like she's so like smiling, but like the facial expression she has is like, I want to get out of this place so bad. And I hate that. I hate it. Like it was funny for a while, but then I like hate it because like it was against her will. I don't like that because one, it can't lead Olitz in a good direction. I don't think it can. And two, I just don't like, I don't like that type of direction. Like, it kind of makes me uncomfortable. Like, I didn't want it like this, like move into the White House. And now kind of Olitz is kind of tainted. I don't know what this is. Like, it can't end on a good note. Like, in the very end, it can't end on a good note at all, because at the end of the day, I know like she went behind his back and stuff, but I probably would have rather him stop talking to her and like leave her alone, than him move her out of her place and bring her into the White House just like that, and then tag Secret Service agents on her. I don't know, but Fitz, the thing about Fitz is that when Mellie went behind his back and worked with Papa, and she didn't know that Papa killed Jerry, he kicked her off the house. It could have been a collective thing, whereas he just like snapped, where that incident kind of like reminded him of all the other incidents and he just snapped. I'm not sure if it was that or just the fact that he was putting trust in her again, and she's untrustworthy, so she showed her true colors, and then he kicked her out. And then with Cyrus is really kind of the same way. Him and Mellie are kind of one and the same, so he kicked him out too. The thing with Olivia is that it's the opposite. She did like basically the exact same thing that Mellie and Cyrus did, but instead of kicking her, well, he's not really kicking her out because she didn't live there, but instead of like letting her go or like putting some space between them for a while and letting her kind of take in what she did and the effects of it, and letting her come and talk to him and stuff like that about it and try to find her way back in, he like literally pulled her into the White House. Like, it was the exact opposite. He kicked Mellie out, he kicked Cyrus out, and he pulled Olivia in. But this cannot go well, guys. I don't know. Like, what are the showrunners doing? What are the writers doing? Like, it's like they were like, we're gonna give Olitzers what they want, but we're not gonna really give them what they want. It's not gonna be on like good terms, or we're gonna it's going to be tainted. No. But like, I don't even know how they can. I know for a fact though that Olivia is going to put up some resistance. I know that for a fact. It's expected. It's expected of her character, and I'm going to be like glued to the screen because I can't wait to see like their arguments over this and stuff. This is not like a normal relationship where it's like just like a regular person with a regular person, and then he decides to move all her stuff into his house, and then she can be like, boy, I'm not moving into here, and then she can just leave. Like, no, he's the president of the United States, so it's like her like her getting involved with him in the first place is like a gift and a curse at the same time. Like, he could just move her out, and without her consent at all, like out of her place where she was paying rent, where she signed the lease, he could just like that. That is crazy. He just moved her out. He was just like, dang, she need to get an eviction notice on her door. He just like moved her out. Like, okay. So I think we ended with Jake trying to do like a, what was he doing? Like a face match to like cameras around to get Papa. And I'm like, okay, this whole episode with Jake, I was just like, how many times have we heard Jake say he's going to kill Papa or he wants to kill Papa? Wasn't he supposed to be doing that in season 4? Wasn't that what he was supposed to be doing? And I know that he put it to the back burner to try to help Olivia with the kidnapping and stuff. But still, even if he did put it to the back burner, he wasn't finding Papa Pope. He wasn't going to kill him. That's the thing. Papa Pope doesn't even have all his boys anymore. And yet, Jake could still not find him. Oh, that's what I wanted to get on. When Jake was, when he thought he had him, and he went to that little apartment thing, and Tom was on the floor dead. I was like, what? Tom? No, Tom. Like, even though Tom, I'm not supposed to like Tom, technically, because he killed Jerry. Man, Tom, we only saw him for like 2 seconds this season, but I guess it had to happen. And as far as, I was really doubting that somebody would catch Papa this soon. I highly doubted it. But then when I saw him like locked up to the chair at the end, I was like, who got Papa? I was like, I know it's not Jake. And so then I was sitting there like, well, maybe it was Mama Pope. And I'm like, Mama Pope. But then this whole time, like, Mama Pope wouldn't hurt Olivia. I don't think she would. I don't think she would hurt Olivia. So it can't be Mama Pope. Like, I'm just hoping they weave Mama Pope into some type of storyline on this show because I miss Mama Pope. But then I was like, who could it be? Who got Papa? And how did they get Papa? Because, you know, Papa can fight and stuff. I'm like, it has to be somebody really good. And then Huck showed up, and I was like, there you go. Because Huck was trying to act like he wasn't going to be any part of this with Jake earlier. He just didn't want to be with Jake on this. He wanted to do it on his own because, you know, Huck has something against Papa too. So I was like, you know, I was like, okay, that's kind of believable then because Huck's really good. So, yeah. So, basically, I'm expecting a hard-hitting episode next week, like, because that's the fall finale, so I'm expecting a really, really good episode. I wish we got a 2-hour finale like some shows get, but we're not going to get that. But, I think this episode was really good. I honestly think this was a really, really good episode. The people I like this episode are Susan. You know, Susan still has this very juvenile type of naive thing about her. I know we're gonna get a really good storyline with her later on. I'm just waiting on it. Like, I'm really waiting on her, like, deciding to run for president, which I think they might do with her character, which is gonna be really good. Because I really don't want her to make a fool out of herself with David. I really hope that doesn't happen, but it probably will happen. Is she the only person I like this episode? I liked OPA. I feel like I've been saying that a lot lately because they weren't really prominent in the episode until the very end with Huck. But I mean, they didn't really have any really big drama. They did what they were was supposed to. So the people I didn't like, I'm not gonna say hated, because I didn't hate. Did I hate anybody this episode? I don't think so. I didn't like Cyrus. I didn't like Lizzie. I never liked Lizzie. I didn't like Abby. Okay, for the sake of this episode, Abby didn't do anything, but you know, I still got a grudge against her character for not telling Liv about the leak. I didn't like that closet scene with Liz and David. I know that's not like a person, but I hated that scene. Who else didn't I like? Oh, Fitz. I liked him for the humor factor, but as like for like moving Olivia in the White House, I'm just like, I didn't really like that. Not when I was really sitting on it. After I finished like laughing, like dying, I was like, I don't know if I really like this. So I didn't really. Well, he's kind of like in the middle, because he was innocent until moving her in at the very end. He's kind of been innocent these past few episodes. People have kind of been doing things behind his back. But I'm kind of in the middle. He's kind of in the middle for me. Kind of in the middle for me, because he was kind of in the middle. But yeah. Yeah, I think that was basically everybody that really stood out to me. Yeah, so, let me see, is there anything else? Last episode, like, we took a break from, like, Liv sitting in the, Oval and, like, telling Fitz what to do. We took a break from that this episode. Last episode, I was excited to see them in the Oval together, but, after a while, kind of, it got annoying, because at the same time she was telling him what to do and advising him, she was keeping this secret from him that has a lot to do with him, that could get him in a lot of trouble, because even in them finding out that he let out a mass murder or whatever could possibly get him impeached. So she was sitting there giving him advice, telling him what to do, and standing on the seal, and then she was hiding a secret from him, and I'm just like, and like she had a lot of control in the Oval, but then other parts of her life were like, she was trying to keep the pieces together. So the whole trust thing, I think this has to do like with the Secret Service agents putting them on her. It's he said it's like for protection, because if she has Secret Service agents, you know, she's going to be protected and stuff. She's going to have 24-hour protection, but at the same time, I feel like it's like a control thing, because he doesn't really, I'm sorry if there's like a stripe going down my face or something like that. It's like the window, but no, it's kind of like a control thing, because he doesn't trust her anymore. Like, I think the trust in their relationship is gone. I don't think it'll ever come back because of what she did. And so he has Secret Service agents on her to make sure she doesn't do anything else. And I don't really like it. But we'll just see how it all plays out. And I actually kind of want to see a big argument between them. Like a really big argument where they lay everything on the table. But I want a big argument. I want them to actually argue, because the communication between them is horrible. You know, we had her going to Jake and everything. Their communication skills are bad. So, yeah, but we get a Christmas, like, I was so hyped when I saw the Christmas trees this episode, y'all. They, like, in that Jake and Liv scene, I was, like, partially distracted by the Christmas tree. I was like, oh, I can't believe we get a Christmas episode next episode. But it's not going to be as cute, because lips are tainted right now. So it's not going to be as cute as I would want it to be. But hopefully there's some cute things in there. I don't know, but we get a Christmas episode, and that's really adorable, although it's November, but I guess in the Scandalverse it's December. So yeah, so I'll see you guys in another video. Please comment down below like your feelings of this episode, and please tell me if you were cracking up like I was, because I was dying, because Fitz, like, I've never seen this type, like, Fitz. Like this video and subscribe, and yeah, see you later.